So in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about reaching for a goal, hustling and grinding and chasing a result or a reality where you have everything that you could ever want, and the hidden costs of doing exactly that. I'm also going to give you an alternative route, maybe, of what you can do instead. I am 29 years old right now, and I have been hustling and grinding my entire 20s. When I was 20 years old, I first read my first self-help book, and I really wanted to achieve great things. I didn't know it that well at the time, but I was wanting to achieve these things because I wanted a specific feeling and I wanted to be seen a specific way. So first of all, I had the goal when I was 20 years old to create $1 million, and I wanted to create $10 million when I was 30. Exactly the moment when I got this goal, there was this reality that was created in my mind, in my psyche, very far into the future. I want that. I need that. I sat down and I started to work really hard. I was living in my mother's basement at the time, and I started to make YouTube videos on personal development because I was really into that. And I had this saying across my bed where it says, "You cannot dream yourself into a character. You must hammer and forge yourself one." I watched a lot of motivational videos. I watched motivational speakers, and I was really pumped to waking up every single day to grind towards my goal. I knew that I had to risk and sacrifice and work and concentrate, and that I couldn't just hang out with my friends and be out in the world and float around. I needed to have a vision and a goal, and I needed to go for it. That was what I thought at the time. So I set out to do this thing. I burnt out maybe after 3 months of beating myself up and trying to get there. Of course, I created many videos, and they were nice. And if you look at them today, they are still there on another channel. But inside, I felt like I was not achieving anything. And that dream that I had, it was so far into the future that it felt excruciatingly painful to not be there. That was very dangerous for me because I got more and more mentally sick in my head because I was beating myself up so much. So I crashed and I burned, and then it went a couple of months or maybe half a year, and then I went for it again, and I started an Amazon business. And I knew I just had to hustle and grind and sit there, and I had to work as hard as I could. I wanted to get rich off Amazon. I created a product, and every day I was studying also at this time, and I went to school and I sat down for hours working on this product. I got it shipped from China, I started to sell it, and it started to sell. But I felt like shit. I sabotaged that business, even though it earned me a couple of $1,000s, which was awesome because I had never earned money online before, but I crashed and I burned. And then another half year went by, just me staying on the couch, not thinking even about hustling and grinding, and I was not understanding why it was not working for me. These gurus, they were telling me I was going to have a Lamborghini by now, and that I was going to be cruising around. And that goal that I'd set myself when I was 20 years old just seemed further away than ever. I felt a gap between where I was and where I wanted to be, and that gap was so big that it felt like really, really painful. So there was some psychological things going on here, and of course emotional, and that is what I'm now diving into. I just want to give you one last example. When I was 25 years old, I moved into a house with a bunch of musicians, not magicians. They were amazing at making music, but they were just making it in the basement. And I, with my big, grand, grinding mentality, that had not reached my goals in the way that I wanted to. Of course, I'd achieved stuff. I thought that this may be my chance. As a manager, I could become famous, have girls scream at us from the concerts. I could earn money. I could hang out with all the celebrities. We can do this, right? And I started to grind and hustle. But I loved music as well, so that really helped me. And we actually made it in this crazy journey. We made it, and we played hundreds of concerts, and we had the Screaming Girls, and we met the celebrities. But I crashed yet again. I got the tunnel vision. I was grasping for more fans, more money, more streams, and I crashed yet again. So did I learn a lesson from all of these times that I crashed and burned? Yes, I did. Because I did achieve things, right? I got the fame with the music, but I never felt fulfilled. I always felt like I was one step behind, like I was never reaching that destination that I was grasping for. When I finally have that, then I will feel great about myself. Then I will feel good. Then I can relax. And if you listen to those words, did I actually want the fame? Did I actually want to become rich? No, I just wanted to relax. I wanted to feel fulfilled. I wanted to feel happy with myself in this moment, right? When I was 20 years old, I just wanted to enjoy being 20, but I thought I had to get all of these achievements first, and then I could relax. And of course, I was 20 years old, and I'm happy for the journey I had, but now I realize, and maybe you have too, that hustling, grinding, and chasing will not bring you the thing that you want. You can ask any millionaire or successful person, they still have problems. They still want to become richer or bigger or more famous. It's not like they run around with a big smile on their face and they're like now good, right? They're actually maybe some of them are actually more in the chase and the hunt because they don't understand why not reaching their goals made them happy and content and fulfilled. So what can we do then instead of grasping and chasing, because it has this hidden cost, not on what you achieve, even though that may also be really difficult because you put effort makes you burn out and consistency is key, but it actually chips away at your worth because you start to perform to get somewhere, and by performing to get somewhere you are chipping away at your self-worth because you're actually subconsciously telling yourself that you are not good enough by not achieving these things that you think will make you happy, when in fact you are actually good enough and have worth where you're sitting right now. You may not have the skills, you may not be as experienced as you want to be, but you have the worth. So your worth is not on the line. But if you grind and hustle and effort, then inherently you are putting your worth in, like you're putting your worth in a place where it can be compromised. If you did not put your worth on the line, then by nature of it, you would not be efforting, you would just be doing. And that's what the most successful people in the world, many of them do. They kind of just love what they're doing, and their worth to get somewhere is not on the line. That's why they're so patient as well. They can wait years and years to achieve something great because they don't need to have it right now. And that's where we can get you as well. And that's where I'm starting to get to and where I'm working on every day to get more of. And that is to start to enjoy now and use a goal not to get somewhere because then I can be happy, but as a reflection of why I am not happy right now. How can we do this? I think that the portal to become happy and fulfilled in the moment is through our body. You cannot think your way into this. It has to come through the body because the body is in the present moment and the body is now, right? And it cannot become any better than it is now. Of course, you can train it, but it is what it is right now. So by learning to feel your body, to ground yourself into the floor, listen to the chirping birds, but not with your mind, but with your heart, to feel the power you have in the stomach right now, to feel the joy of speaking to someone right now and feeling that joy in your body, to feel gratitude when you wake up in your body, to actually feel the sensations. I think that is the gateway to becoming fulfilled and happy in the moment. And then you may ask me like, yeah, what the hell is going to happen to my ambition? What's going to happen to me achieving anything in life? And that is where I'm discovering that that does not disappear. You still are ambitious and you still enjoy working towards something, but the only thing that disappears is all the effort. When you start to effort and need a goal, that pain of not being where you need to be, that is what's disappearing, and you start moving towards your goals from a fuller, wholer place instead of a place of lack. Because lacking is in itself a suffering place to be. And when you don't feel powerful in your body right now, when you don't feel that your heart is open and that you can walk out, you can listen to the birds, watch the leaves flutter in the wind, then you're not here, then you're not enjoying, then you're trying to get somewhere, then you are suffering. And I have achieved enough now to understand that if I go down that path of efforting, grasping, chasing, I never get there. It's like running with a carrot dangling that's stuck to me, dangling in front of my face. I can run as much as I want, but even though I never get closer to the carrot. Because what I think will give me happiness is not actually what will give me happiness. You could actually give yourself fulfillment and feel great and powerful right now as you sit here and listen to this. It takes time to train that within you. I'm working on it now. Every single day I'm meditating for hours and feeling my body, and I have been meditating for a couple of years, so I'm pretty far into this journey, but I really now feel the fruits of going out, feeling the wind in my face, and still I'm sitting down here right now and speaking through you, not through performance, but from my gut, where I just feel like this is a message I want to deliver, and it feels good. I don't care how many people watch this video, if it gets 2 views or 100 or whatever. This is just me right now here delivering this message. Of course, I care a little bit, but I'm working on not caring that much. So if you want to work with me and get to feel your body better, I have gone through this for many years, and I have a lot of experience with meditation, presence, and also insight into the human mind. So then you can check the description, and there's a website there, and we can work together. I would love to meet you. I'm Francis Drake. Subscribe if you want to see more, and see you in another video. Goodbye.